Well, hi everyone. I'm here today. This is Rob O'Friel talking music, is what I love to talk about, with Bo and Leo from Black Sabbath Lives. It's really a pleasure to have these guys on with me today. Bo, Leo, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Rob, and I appreciate you taking interest in having us on your show.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm glad that we bumped into each other. It was a chance meeting, and I'm glad that it happened. So, guys, Black Sabbath Lives. I'm a big fan now of Ozzy Osbourne and his family. I was not, as I said before, growing up, I wasn't a big person. I wasn't really into heavy metal and Ozzy growing up, but he's become very much an inspiration for me and my family. And it sounds like maybe for you guys too. So tell us, quick rundown. Tell us about Black Sabbath Lives.
Okay, I'll try to keep it as short as I can. I was a drummer in my last band before I was going to quit. I was a drummer in a Holiday Inn band. You know how that is, okay? And we were coming home one night, me and my wife, from Beaver Falls, playing about 5 businessmen. And I said, I think it's time to quit, Colleen. She goes, well, you never had your own band. What would you have done if you'd have had your own band? I said, well, I'd have loved to went out and just played Black Sabbath like a tribute, because at the time there was like a Beatles tribute around. It was an Elvis. There was a Doors called the Back Doors, who were really good, by the way. And so I said, but who am I going to get to play this stuff? So I made a phone call. Make a long story short, there was a heavy metal band just cracking the circuit called Tongue Bandits, and they had lost their singer to a band in Denmark called the Royal Hunt. So here I had, at one phone call, I got 3 killer metal players that were interested in doing this, and that's how it happened.
So boom, just like that, from a couple phone calls and offhand comments.
One phone call. We went over. We learned about 3 or 4 Sabbath songs. We played, and it was magic, you know. And then the part about emulating Ozzy didn't even cross my mind till, you know, I had short hair, and it's like, which I don't have any, you know. I had short hair, and I said I'm gonna see what I'm gonna throw extensions in, and sure, and I put the extensions in. It was like, you know, it was all of a sudden there was this uncanny resemblance. So
Well, I love that. That's a great story. I love that.
Yeah.
And that was how long ago now? 27?
Probably 28 now, right? Colleen just showed up.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Colleen.
Yeah, 28 years.
Yeah.
So 28 years of Black Sabbath Lives. And so what has the audience reaction been? How, you know, when you got started, you said, here we are, where Black Sabbath Lives. How did it go?
It started as Black Sunday. That was the original name of the band, a play on Black Sabbath. Yeah, I'm sure I don't have to explain it to you or your audience, but a lot of people didn't get it. And we found when we were playing out of town, if you got to a club and you got to the marquee, it said Black Sunday. Now, if you ain't got a brain, you're not going to figure Sunday is Sabbath. You're not going to put 2 and 2 together. So we decided, when we came back out after our last guitar player passed away, we decided to change the name to make it a little easier. So in case we go out of town, we start going out of town. It's self-explanatory.
Plus, obviously, the name changed too right after the end tour. They did their final show, so it's like, okay, Black Sabbath has the end. We now live. Kind of a play words kind of thing, you know?
Right.
Timing is everything.
Sure is.
Right. And to answer your question about audience, it's mixed. We get lots of young people. We get lots of people our age, and our show, our entrance, our show is so elaborate for a club. You know, by the time it gets geared up to the point where we're actually playing, if the crowd starts chanting Ozzy, 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 you know you got them. You know, and after the first song, and after with the fire and coming out of a coffin, and this people there, we have them right in the palm of our hands, and there's nothing we can't do. And they go nuts. We end up doing what, 2, 3 encores?
Usually 3 encores every time we go out now.
Wow. So if you've been doing it for 27 years, then, I mean, the audience has grown. It's something that probably like anything else, you might have started out with just a handful of people, but it's grown and grown. So that audience has evolved with you over the years, and then it sounds like maybe some of the kids have gotten involved.
Plus, it's a concert experience. We don't like come out like Jake and the Magic Tones and play 3 sets. You know, we play straight through 2.5 hours, 3 hours straight through. So,
and so, Bo, you're part of the band. it's become kind of like the Osbournes themselves. It's become somewhat of a family affair, right?
Basically, it's the same thing, almost like a Wolfgang and Eddie kind of thing with Van Halen too. Yeah, he's been doing this obviously since before I was even born, and when I was 10 years old, one of the last guitarists, we caught my eye, and I picked up a guitar, and I was just learning myself, playing for like 10 years. And then, like he said, unfortunately, after our last guitarist passed away, we had a resurgence for a recom, and
The cat just showed up. I'm sorry.
Oh boy. Of course.
anyway,
It's Halloween.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll put her in a show.
The whole family.
But anyways, so the one previous guitarist reached back out, and they couldn't find a bass player. My dad looked at me, he goes, "What are the chances of you picking up a bass?" I said, "Can't be that hard. Guitar with 4 strings." Was I wrong? I mean, good Lord, I did it. It took me a little bit more time than I thought. I was just like, yeah, bass shouldn't be too hard of a concept to figure out. And then start sitting there and listening in depth to geezers, licks and stuff. And I'm just like, man, this guy really, really shreds. But I just did my thing like I do with the guitar. Just sat down, learned, listened, and it all just come together,
And again, how long have you been then in the band with Dad?
So far, I've been in it about 2-3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Does that count when I was pregnant with him?
Oh.
I did it.
Well, where she comes into the picture is like, I've always, I don't know if you're familiar, Rob, with the very first Sabbath album cover. It's really like creepy. There's a woman on it standing in front of green face. And I said, boy, I wish I could get someone to come out dressed like that before the show, or maybe light some candles. And well, here she's into like Halloween and everything too. So I'll do it. I'll do it. So we went out and got her a black wig, and covered her face up.
Shrouds.
Got some candelabras. And I mean, he said, this, the beginning of this show, just, you'd have to see it. You'd have to see it. Yeah.
But I was pregnant with him, still doing it.
Yeah. We were doing the Fright Festivals down at the Icy Light Amphitheater every year. And she was pregnant with him, and even he was on a baby carriage first couple of years and stuff too. That it's like, that's so cool about the fact that he was just a child. He wasn't even born when I was doing this, and now he's in the band. Yeah.
So it truly has been a family affair for really almost the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this, but I've had some heavy players in this band. I mean, I've had Jimmy Dofka. He's a well-known guitarist, a metal guitarist. I've had Nick Cantonese, who went on to play with Black Label Society in this band. And this lineup so far, this is the band I've been looking for. The sound, the talent, because these guys are playing the stuff the way it's supposed to be played. They're not improvising,
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about the experience then, about the show. I know that for the gear, just the look, the scene. Tell us more. What happens from the start, and then you said 2.5 hours. What can we expect?
Yeah. Well, like I said, when we decided to go out this second time, and once again, not to repeat myself, but there was an end to it when Pete Rossi, he was incredible. We couldn't replace Pete, and he passed away. And we were done. And when we came back out, when Frank Soriano came into the band, he used to be with Joe Gashecki. When he came back in the band, we said, we're going out, we're going to do it up this time. And we're really going to do it up big. I mean, bigger than we were doing it. And sure enough, we won't play or go anywhere that we can't pull off our entire show. Crazy music starts playing. Yeah, there's gargoyles lighting, lit eyes on stage. There's a 7-foot cross behind the drum riser that's lit up. Statues on the stage, great, like gravestones. We got flame towers that shoot flames up. The fog machines, the whole 9 yards. Music starts playing, and Colleen will come out in her witch outfit, and she'll light candelabras on each side of the stage. And then 2 Grim Reapers dressed in black will wheel about an actual coffin. Okay, with me in it. Then the band starts playing the intro to the song Black Sabbath. Coffin opens up. Skeleton goes in. Okay. Coffin closes. Coffin opens back up. Big fireball comes out of the coffin. Then I come out.
And from there, when you come out, then it's 2.5 hours
It's
of
it's in
your
Ozzy
face,
Osbourne
2.5
and Black
hours.
Sabbath.
Yep. All the hits we cover from the first album all the way up to the fifth. We don't go to any of the, we don't get into any of the Dio Sabbath years or the Ian Gillian Sabbath years, because that's when they were kind of like, they lost Ozzy, they lost the guy that made, was part of the band. That unit functioned with those four guys and nobody else.